I distribute this, and I get that. Okay, you guys with me on this? Yesterday, I did a calc problem with my kids. It took me 2 pages to do one problem. 2 pages to do one problem. But what really impressed me was that there are half a dozen kids in that class. They were out at the board here trying to work on the board and do their problem on the board. So, I mean, I'm just amazed at the drive. These are seniors, okay? By now, they shouldn't care, you know, but they do. Okay, so there are half a dozen of them that just, I'm really, really, really so happy with what they're doing. I mean, they just don't give up, and it's not a tough, it's a tough problem in the sense it's algebra, it's not calculus, but it's really nasty algebra. If you think this is nasty, oh, you got to see the other stuff. Okay, it's real algebra stuff. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to motivate you to excel, to get a problem and not let go. Do you know Alison Lindsay? Do you know Alison Lindsay? She just would not let that problem go. She just hung on to it and on to it, and we didn't finish in class, but because of her, I had to sit down, do the problem, and post it on the web for them. It just shows me this drive to never give up, to just, you know, just sink your teeth in there and just do it. At least you put out an effort, right? Instead of just sitting around at the back of your ass, you know. Okay, everybody see the distribution stuff there? Okay, can I combine this term and this term? Can I combine those two? Aren't they both the same? Sine theta, cosine squared theta. So then this is equal to 2. Sorry, what was that, Ian? 3 sine theta cosine squared theta minus sine cubed theta. Okay, and remember this is all r on one side, right? Right? You guys with me on that? Okay. Now back again to invoking these equations. X equals r cosine theta, nice beta. Y equals, fantastic, good job guys. Okay. Do you see how you've got a sine theta and a cosine squared theta? Do you feel an r cubed coming in there?
What do you mean?
Because see how you have a cosine theta has an r with it? You have a sine theta has an r with it? Except you got a cosine squared, so you're going to get an r squared out of there. And you're going to get an r out of sine theta. So really speaking, you want like an r cubed in here. You really want an r cubed in there. And then you want an r cubed here as well, because this is sine cubed theta out of this guy. Again, a lot of this is just, you know, just love of math. You just love it to death. Now, seriously, this is all love of death. I mean, love of death, yes. Everybody get the r cubed stuff? Timmy, you know? Okay, what I'm saying is that if you look at this guy, it's sine theta with an r there, right? And if I were to cube everything, would I not make a sine cubed theta? Then should, because I need it right here. You can see it. I need it right there. I need it right there. Okay. Because it's sine cubed theta. Right? This thing here is sine cubed theta. So since sine and r are both going together, as you can see here, then clearly r is going to be cubed as well. Okay? So in other words, what I'm saying is that I need r cubes on all these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm randomly, straight out of my heart, Soleil, I think you've got a mathematical heart. What do you think you'd want to do? Okay, awesome. Good job. Okay? So everybody with him on that? Multiply by r cubed. So then I get, what do I get on the left hand side? R to the 4th, 2 times 3. I'll take one r and I'll give it to sine theta. Is everybody okay with that? And I'll take the other r and give it to the cosine squared. Does everybody see what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to do I'm trying to multiply this equation by r cubed, this whole thing by r cubed. Okay? And for the r cubed, I'm going to give 1 to this guy because r and sine theta are like a couple. They go together. Okay, they go together. And then the other r squared that comes out here, I'm going to make it go with cosine squared because r and cosine theta are a couple. So if they are squared, then both of them have to be squared. You guys with me on this? Surobi? Shall I give up now because you guys are not following me? I can see.
I mean, it makes sense. Just like we would not. I would never.
No. Again, it's love of math. It's love of math. And that's okay. The only reason why I'm persevering through this is, again, trying to teach you perseverance in math. That's all I'm trying to teach you. Okay? Whether, sure. I mean, I'm not going to be able to develop a mathematical heart in you guys overnight. It's not going to happen. Okay? But I'll give you example after example of Alison Lindsay. I've had her for 2 years now. This is my second year that she's there. And she has changed so much. I just cannot believe it in terms of her passion for math. But she's just, she does all her homework. She's the first one on the board out here to do problems. It's just totally night and day difference. And it's all because I push you kids to persevere with math. Don't just give up, okay? It may be hard, but don't give up. All right, so I'm going to proceed, okay? Maybe I'm having a conversation with Soleil, but let's proceed. So I'm going to have a minus r cubed sine cubed theta here. Okay? Now, do I know what r squared is equal to?
Yes. X squared plus y.
Fantastic, Myra. Good job. Okay? Good job. So then, is it okay if I write x squared plus y squared on this side and square the two?
Yeah.
Okay? And then on this side, instead of r sine theta, what can I write? Y. Instead of r squared cosine squared theta, what can I write?
X squared.
Fantastic. You guys got this now. And the last one. Last one. R cubed sine cubed theta.
Y cubed.
Y cubed. And I'm done. No r's, John. No r's, no thetas. Only the people from the other land. Okay? X and Y only. You guys with me? Maybe the answer in the book is a little different. They might have massaged it a little bit. Yeah, they distributed the two out. So cool. Okay, whatever. Okay, they distributed the two. Okay, big deal. All right, everybody. Okay, so yeah, don't expect you to be able to do this problem, but at least persevere. At least persevere. Sorry.